Hey guys, what's up? Nick Ortiz here. Today we're going to be looking at side control. We're going to be looking at the importance of the pin, what makes the pin work, and how can we ultimately, as the person on bottom, escape that position when we know how it works. And also, again, going from a defensive cycle to an offensive cycle. Very important that we just don't get into these situations where we get mounted, put in side control. We re-guard, but we don't really put our opponent under stress to then react to us. And then putting our opponent in an offensive cycle gives us the opportunity to get closer to victory, closer to a submission. So we have Camille here, and she's flat. First things first, understanding that side control isn't a body pin. My chest to chest only signifies that there's no inside position Camille has on me. There's nothing that keeps me away from her chest. If she was like this doesn't really mean I've essentially have pinned her, because she has inside position. She can start to look to come up off of her outside hip and shoulder, bridging into me, and start looking to use an underhook. When I'm chest to chest, that just means that there is no inside position that Camille can utilize, and she has to fight to get the inside position. What keeps Camille in place are wedges around her hips and her upper body. If I wedge Camille's hips, she can move her upper body freely at the shoulders, here. And if I hold in place and wedge down Camille's upper body in terms of her shoulders, Camille can move her hips and so on. But if I put a hand here by her hip and my left hand here by her shoulder when Camille goes to move, it's a lot more difficult. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do. We're simply trying to wedge Camille in place. So my elbow, right elbow, and right knee are on Camille's hip like so. So they control the hip line. My upper body, or rather my two arms, connected to Camille's upper body on this side like so. They're gonna pull Camille in. I have my left knee and left elbow connected. I'm gonna have my head here, chin over the shoulder. So now when Camille goes to move, it's really, really tough in this situation. If I was just using my body weight without any wedges around the upper body, like so, Camille could just move around, start to bump me off, and start to get me off, and this is no good. This is where we don't want to be. So we don't want to see side control as just a body weight pin, but rather closing wedges around our partner's upper body to minimize movement. Minimize movement long enough to get to better positions, maybe the mount to submit your opponent, or just submit your opponent from side control after we've discouraged their movement. So how can we deal with an opponent who understands that, okay, we're wedging our opponent's upper body in place, they have no inside position, and from here they can start attacking us? The simple answer is just getting inside position of our own so we can start going in on the attack, or at the very least re-guarding. So from here, Camille has me in place. She has her elbow and knee connected on my hip line. So as you can see, it's difficult for me to move my lower body at the hips. I can't move my upper body because Camille has my head pretty much trapped in between her crossface and head, and my right arm is trapped in between her left knee and elbow. So this is really tough, especially if you don't know what to do from here. First things first, I'm going to bring my heels to my butt. I'm going to have asymmetrical feet, where I point my right foot in the direction of Camille because that's where I'm bridging. Now as I bridge, I'm going to bring my right elbow towards myself and take inside position with my right elbow. So this is the first piece of inside real estate, probably the easiest to get, and if we can get it, we're on the right track to getting our right knee in. To get the right knee, it's going to be tough. What I don't want is a situation where I have my knee here in line with my foot. I want to have my foot higher than my knee. Now, if I just try to get my right knee in by simply walking away, Camille's going to follow me and connect her knee to my hip. So you'll end up with situations like this. Go back. So what I'm going to do is right foot higher than my right knee, and from here, left hand to the shoulder. So when I walk away and Camille goes to follow, she finds it difficult. And from here, we can connect our right knee and elbow. When you connect your right knee and elbow, you are 100% in a position to re-guard because you have 2 pieces of inside real estate, and it becomes much easier to get your 2 other limbs inside to start going on the attack. It's from here, with these details, that we'll be looking at getting into half guard situations, like so. Looking to get into situations where we're here, getting into the clamp guard. From there, a lot of attacks, whether it be triangles, jujigatamis, that sort of thing. Let's say if you get the triangle, from here Camille stands up. Maybe you're more of a leg locker, so you use the triangle as a means of getting into your cross ashigarami. Many things you can do, but the most important thing is that you have a strong ability to use your defensive cycle to go right back into a strong offensive cycle. And the most important kind of pressure is an offensive cycle that just continuously just goes from one submission to the other, to a strong pin, to another submission, never letting your opponent get an advantage on you, and then over time you'll be able to get the victory. You just need one submission, so that's what we're hunting for, and we always want to be on the offense. And even when we're on defense, we have the confidence to know we'll get right back into our offensive cycle.